it's Gamer Ahmer here. So today I wanted to talk about a recent video game convention that I went to in Pennsylvania. This is called Too Many Games, and boy did I score so much stuff ranging from video games, toys, to just so much more cool stuff. Some amazing promotional items as well. So today we're going to do a little part 1 video of kind of everything that I experienced at this video game convention, a few of my pickups, and then we'll save some for some later videos. So let's go ahead and check it out. So this is called Too Many Games. This was October 8th through the 10th of 2021, and this is my second ever video game convention that I've ever been to, and this is actually the first time that I've been to Too Many Games in Pennsylvania. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this place, and I was so thrilled to go, but unfortunately I could not get off of work on Saturday and Sunday, so I only went on the Friday. I went on the 8th, and I had so much fun hanging out with some amazing other YouTubers and friends that I've met over these past several years of doing this video game collecting and hunting. And then of course I found so much cool stuff. So this is called Too Many Games. Now, exactly what you would expect. You would think that there would be so many games there and pretty much only games. Well, it was really awesome to kind of see everything kind of bunched together in this huge room. They had so many tables, so many vendors, so many events and things like that going on. So of course how it's set up is you actually have to order your tickets online, and then of course you go in and everything is just so secure. They have security right there at the front checking bags, so I thought that that was really nice to try and keep everything safe. It's definitely a great convention in that aspect. So you have this huge room with all of these vendors, all of these tables set up with too many games. You have booths with some homemade art, some people that have made some amazing designs and amazing items that they spend time actually creating and then putting together to sell at this convention. You have sealed video games, you have graded video games. Now that kind of dominated this entire convention, so if you're definitely into that, this was the place to go, as I saw so many tables, so many vendors just dedicated to sealed and graded video games. So I wasn't really too interested in that at this time. So I just went around, I was looking for some sort of odds and ends throughout this entire convention, and I just love seeing everything kind of overwhelming, just together, jam-packed. So of course when you walk in, you can get one of these amazing t-shirts for Too Many Games. They had this whole entire booth created and set together where you could get some really cool promo pins, you can get some t-shirts and some other things. So I definitely walked away with a lot of promotional stuff for Too Many Games. Kind of last minute is when I did this. And in this whole entire room, they just have so much stuff. So as we're going through, I have a whole entire separate video that I'm going to make on all of the toys that I picked up there, as there were several vendors with not just video games but vintage toys and kind of those nostalgic items from my childhood, so I definitely had to add those to the video game collection and the toy collection upstairs. And then I saw this whole entire table at the very end. Now I walked past this table probably 8, 9, 10, 11 times, and I can't believe that I didn't actually notice everything that was on this table. So as we're kind of walking around, you'll definitely see some amazing items, probably more so than what I actually noticed when I was there, just because everything was so overwhelming. You kind of want to get into these places, and of course you need a little bit of time to shop. You need to look around, you need to see what's going on at this place, kind of get a feel when you go into these conventions to see what the prices are going to be like. Are things a little bit more expensive than eBay and online purchases? Are some of the deals a lot better? What items are you actually looking for when you go to these conventions? You kind of can't just wing it and go to these things. You kind of have to have some sort of game plan. So after spending the entire weekend at the Southeast Game Exchange when I went to that convention back a little while ago, there was a lot of time to go ahead and actually kind of plan some things out. With this convention, even though it was 3 days and I only went to one day, which was bad on my part, I feel like there was just so much stuff, so overwhelming, that I didn't actually get a chance to fully experience everything. Even though I walked around and I saw all these tables, I still missed out on probably tons of items that I was looking for. I really wanted to find some promotional items, some store displays and things like that, but that'll be in a separate video than what I'm going to show you guys today. So pretty much everything that was going on there. So this item that I saw on this table when I first walked in is probably one of the first items that I actually bought. So this right here is this really cool magazine. This is Mad, and it says number 292, January of 1990. So this right here, of course it has this Nintendo Entertainment System on here. Of course it has its own little spin on things with this TV and these characters. But of course we have this pretty cool imagery on here. Just this magazine alone really looks sweet. Then on the back here you have this guy kind of playing this game right here. So of course it's kind of just like a play on some things. And of course it has all of this really cool artwork and designs on here. So I thought that this magazine was pretty neat. And it says, in this issue, we smash Nintendo video games, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Married with Children. So I thought that this was pretty neat. And then of course as I'm walking around, I actually compare items that I bought with some other friends and YouTubers. And of course JLove81, she also had the same exact magazine. So it was crazy that great minds think alike. So I was pretty excited to score this right away and just kind of add this into the weird little collectibles that I have in this game collection. And then of course I saw this other table that had tons of vintage consoles on it. Some of these handheld style games, these other little old style games, just weird ones that I did not have in the collection. So they all were scored pretty inexpensive, and I definitely got a deal. So right here, I don't even know how some of these actually play. This is the Hanimex electronic TV game. So right here, it just has all of this stuff for tennis, hockey, squash, and practice. Game reset, serve, has power, serve, angle, ball speed, bat size. Then of course it has these scores right here. Of course this is one of those kind of Pong clone style consoles, and this is one that I did not have. It says right here on the back, electronic TV game. It doesn't actually say the year on it, but I can't imagine that this thing is past the 70s or 80s. So this thing is pretty vintage, and I'm definitely thrilled to looking more into this and seeing exactly how this thing plays. Then I got this right here. This one actually came with the instruction manual as well. So right here we have this Total Control 4 football cartridge. So this one has interchangeable cartridges that you can go ahead and actually insert into this. So you have Total Control 4. This is the electronic sports cartridge system. So this is one of those weird old ones where it has two players right here, and you just go ahead and change this out. So this one is actually the football one, but they do have some other cartridge ones for the sports system. And I thought this was actually really cool. It says made in Hong Kong. And on the back here, not too sure if this one actually has a year on here as well. But right here we have this little instruction guide. So this one actually says 1981. So it came with this right here. You can also get a basketball cartridge, a hockey cartridge, and a soccer cartridge. So I'll definitely be on the lookout for some of those. And you can kind of play head to head. So that is definitely pretty cool to see. And I just really like these old style little vintage systems and things that I just don't have in the game collection already. So I thought that this was a cool score as well. This one is also another one of those old style kind of Pong style little TV games from back in the day. Radio Shack electronic TV scoreboard. 4 remote control TV games plus 2 shooting games. So it even comes with this lifelike gun. So I thought that this was actually pretty cool because back in the day, they actually had these lifelike guns included on these video game systems before they changed them to some crazy colors. So here we have this revolver style gun. This one actually you can use. It says made in Hong Kong, so it looks like a lot of these were back in the day. And then it comes with everything in here, this Radio Shack system. So of course we have this little controller, TV scoreboard thing. It kind of looks like a phone. And it's just crazy to see this. It has channel 2 and channel 3 on it. And then there's even Included all of these wires, of course the gun, these little left player and right player, little attachments on here. And then there is this instruction guide. This is the owner's manual for this game. So of course it says Radio Shack on it, tells you what type of batteries, how to hook this up to the TV. And then of course on the back here it says Radio Shack, a division of Tandy Corporation. So this one, I'm not sure if this one actually has the year on it as well. But this thing is also probably around the same time frame as these others right here. So I was definitely thrilled to add those ones to the game and kind of console collection. So as you can tell here, so far I did not score any games just yet. So even though this place is called Too Many Games, I actually only scored one game overall. And it was something that I was looking for to go ahead and complete one of my sets that I'm trying to complete. And that is this Vectrex game. So right here we have Bedlam. Of course this came complete with the box, the manual, the overlay, and the game cartridge. So this is one of the ones, just one of a handful that I need left. And I actually saw it with tons of other Vectrex games. Some of them were just so expensive. I can't believe that a lot of this stuff has went up over time. And it was pretty cool to see some of the more obscure systems there, kind of jam-packed at this place. So it's actually really cool to kind of see everything come together. So here we have this Bedlam cartridge. And then of course we have this bright and vibrant overlay for Bedlam. So this is one of the ones that I did not have. This one's in very clean shape. And I was definitely thrilled to find it complete in the box for a pretty reasonable price. And I didn't see any of the others that I actually needed to complete the set, so I'll just have to stay on the lookout for those. But for Too Many Games, this is the only game that I scored. So I was kind of holding out and hoping for some really cool things that I could kind of display around the game room and just some other neat things. Just as you go past all of these different little booths, each time you walk past, you see something different. You kind of have to dig because there are so many people around, and you kind of have to be quick at these tables because stuff can kind of go like that instantly. So as I went around, I thought it was really cool to kind of circle back and just keep checking out because each time I went around, I saw some cool things that I really liked, and I was holding out, trying to find some more stuff. So in the meantime, you could kind of take a break when you're at these conventions instead of just staying in like the little showroom where you have the floor, where you have all of these tables and booths. And you can actually go to this big room next door where they had tons of video game systems hooked up to the television. They had all of these arcade games, some pinball games, just so much stuff kind of jam-packed in one area. And I really like how they have the different competitions and they have a little stage set up so that people can go ahead and compete and just play. Guitar Hero, they had a little show off going on the first day. So I thought it was really cool to kind of go in there and see some different video game systems, some of the Japanese ones, just some really cool ones that I just haven't seen before, and ones that I don't have in my massive video game kind of collection. So I thought that that room was really awesome, and then they even had a spot where people were competing. You could go ahead and play different people on certain games that they kind of had, and I thought it was really cool to see some of the high scores there. And then they had this little area that had this little panel set up. So if you guys have noticed, in my last convention video, I actually did a whole panel with some really awesome YouTubers, and I had so much fun, kind of a blast doing that. So this was actually really cool as they had their own designated area for panelists to go. Now unfortunately, with everything going on and just how quick everything was that first day that I went to Too Many Games, I didn't actually get to partake in any of the panels or kind of see what was going on. I just kind of passed by a few times. So it was just so overwhelming, but I really did want to mention some of the amazing artwork and art prints that I actually got from some amazing artists. So anytime that I go to these conventions, I like to try and find things that maybe I wouldn't find every day around this area. So that's why I only got one game when I came to Too Many Games. So I saw this really cool artist, and I thought that this table was really neat because they had some really cool prints and designs, and I thought that this was actually really cool. So right here, I do have a love for Mortal Kombat. And I thought that this print was really sweet. So this one has all of these different characters. And even though it's just a color change, it's definitely true. And this is just so beautiful. I definitely fell in love with this print right here. And I had to go ahead and score one of these limited prints from this little booth where they had tons of handmade items. They had stuff on canvas. They had stuff on other little cardstock paper like this. And I thought that this was really neat to go ahead and hang up. So of course we have some of my favorites in here. Scorpion, we have SubZero, Reptile, Smoke. We just have some really cool characters in this. So I thought that this was really neat to kind of have and put on display in the room upstairs where I have a lot of Mortal Kombat stuff. So definitely another neat score that I scored from another artist where I have this card right here. It says Cody James by Cody. It says Master Artist, and then it has all of his information. So I'll definitely have to drop a link in the description below. So I saw these really awesome art prints right here, and these are just really cool. They had kind of a full set for these Mortal Kombat characters, and kind of going off of a theme here, I definitely scored some amazing ones. So of course we have Raiden right here. This is just so beautiful, these fatality kind of style. You see this whole entire spine. Of course you have all of this electricity. Just a beautiful job that was done on all of these prints right here. And then they are actually all signed by the artist. And then of course we have this one right here. We have Reptile. So I thought that this one was also cool. I just love the green color. I just love how these designs kind of come to life. It's definitely great. Then of course you can't forget SubZero in this mix. So you kind of have this frozen style, this blue. It's just so cool to see everything. And they kind of all draw together with this blood and everything else. Then of course we have Scorpion right here. So I thought that this one was actually really cool as well. Just the detail on here of the blood and everything else just really plays true to these Mortal Kombat style games. And then of course you can't forget Baraka. So this one is also really neat. So kind of having all 5 of these displayed together will definitely be pretty cool, as I do have that room upstairs where I have tons of Mortal Kombat stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how I can kind of overlay and put everything together, just kind of show it off and get some cool stuff displayed. So this is actually really cool, and I'm just so thrilled right here to kind of add some really cool creative items to the game collection. Ones that you just don't see every day, and just help out some artists who do amazing jobs at this. So I saw so much stuff at the Too Many Games video game convention, and this is not all that I bought. Stay tuned, because I did buy too many toys at the Too Many Games convention, and then I also found a table at the very end and a few tables in between with so many promotional items and so much cool stuff for those vintage systems and systems from back in the day. So I really can't wait to share that with you guys. So let me know in the comments below, which items did you like in this video? Did you guys attend the Too Many Games video convention this time, this go around, or did you attend in the past? What did you guys think about it? Did you guys meet any of these celebrities that they have? Of course, they had tons of them there. They had tons of celeb YouTubers and just so many cool people and just everything along the way. Just let me know what you guys think. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos and stay tuned for more.